So you also talked about NUSD. How is the NU or how will
Hmm.
NUSD be collateralized at the end of the day? Or yeah.
Yeah, so the idea there is to basically there was like a V0 design we went through that was like, oh, you can make something very similar to like Frax that's like set up here on IBC. Um, Over time shifted to something that's maybe serves more utility. I think is for NUSD to just be something meant to solve your wrapped asset problem. So you encounter this issue where if I have like say uh, Atom on the hub and I move it to osmosis versus if I go Atom to Nibiru then osmosis, those are two different denominations, right? Um, so one thing you can so you encounter the same thing if you have like a lot of bridge connections. So let's say I have like Noble USDC, I have Axelar USDC, and then maybe I'm connected via centralized exchange, right? Those integrations, and then you also have like um, I don't know, the Cellar Bridge or Wormhole, right? So you have like all these different versions of like the same asset, and that's just for Circle. If you're adding in like Tether, like potentially Dai or other things like that, it can be get kind of complex there, especially when you're quoting in using a specific stablecoin, right? On like perp markets or any other application. So something that could be useful is just use, you could pair them in a stable swap such that basically your token's always at like 100% collateralization, but if there's more demand for a certain bridge, it slightly, that version of the asset becomes a little bit more expensive. And so this proxy asset to represent the other stables, that can be NUSD. And in that way, you don't have to think of like you can kind of just think in dollars or think in euro. You don't have to think like of the eight different versions of it
Yeah, makes
from different bridges.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sometimes scary if you think about like where the USDC actually is coming from or the particular stable coin, right? And you never know what the bridge risk might be or the cascading effects from that at the end. But yeah, but I'm not sure. Did I miss actually like what will be the assets that collateralize and use the? I'm not sure if I caught.
Oh, so mostly just, yeah, probably just the centralized stablecoin. So like initially it would be like Circle and then probably Circle and Tether
I
over
see.
time.
I
But
see. Okay, makes sense. All right, and I mean one of the advantages is then NUSD, as you just mentioned, is just one stable coin that doesn't have to be bridged across other bridges because it just like travels through IBC, I guess, through the Cosmos. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
and then you could always like reclaim it for, yeah, like let's say you're now wanting to exit to, I don't know, KuCoin or Binance or what have you. You would just, you know, withdraw, like basically redeem the NUSD for. Yeah, actually, that makes sense. So if you wanted to go across like Wormhole, just redeem it for that version and then use that bridge, or so kind of that you can switch between the versions a little easier.
okay, I see. Yeah,